This is a great cultured veggie recipe to make in the winter or during cold and flu season. And the first thing you're going to do is take 1/4 of a teaspoon of cutting edge culture. You can also use kefir whey, which would be 1/4 of a cup. And I'm going to put this in orange juice to get it activated. If you use kefir whey, you don't need to do that. You can just add it to the jar once it's all in, the vegetables are all in there. Stir it up to let it activate. Then you're going to need about 6 or 7 cups of shredded cabbage, a few handfuls of kale or spinach, about 1/2 cup of carrots. You can put some leeks in there. You can even use regular onions if you don't have leeks. Then an apple, a small medium apple shredded or cut up tiny, and then some jicama, and that's a great prebiotic. You're also going to add in some orange zest from the orange that you juiced, and also some garlic, 1 small clove minced. And then you can add in your salt, or you can add the salt at the end after the jars are filled, but it doesn't matter. And then you're going to mix all that together. You can use a spoon, or I like to use my hands to get it all evenly mixed up together so that you can place it in your jars and get equal amounts of everything. And then you take a quart jar, a glass one, and place your mixture in there. You kind of push it down as you go. It just helps to not make it over full, but kind of compress it down a little bit. And you also place it in, you could use 1 half-gallon jar. I like to use 2 quart jars because it fits in my fridge easier. And once you get those full, you put the last little bits in there and pack it down with your hand kind of firmly. You want to leave 2 inches at the top for expansion, because when vegetables ferment, they expand. So they'll rise up to the top, and if you don't leave room, it'll overflow. And then you want to put some orange juice evenly. I kind of wing it. You want to put some, split it between the 2 jars, or put it in 1 half-gallon jar. Now at the bottom of the orange juice jar, there might be still some of the powder from the cutting edge. So I just put a little water in there and swirl it around, just to make sure you get all of the powder out of the jar. And then you're going to take some filtered water. You want water with minerals, regular water, not distilled water. And you're going to fill it all the way up, leaving 2 inches for expansion. And that's kind of like there's a natural rim there at the where it starts to curve up, where you put the lid on, and it gives you about 2 inches. So I always fill it up to that level. Don't overly fill your jars because they will expand and ferment, and then the liquid runs everywhere. So then we're going to add, I forgot to add the prebio to the mixture. You can add that to the cabbage. But then you want to add some water to your your airlock mason lid, and you just fill that halfway up. These are my lids. You can also just use a regular lid. These airlock lids kind of make things crispier and taste better and ferment better. But you don't have to use them. You can use a regular canning lid. Plastic works best. And I like these. I've used these for years, and you can find them in my store. So you fill them up with a little bit of water halfway and put the lids on securely, and you let them ferment for 6 days. And see how the bubbles start around day 1 and 2, and it starts to rise up in the jar? That's how you know they're fermenting. The bubbles kind of subside after a while, so you don't need to worry that they're not bubbly. But then when they're done at 6 days and they taste like kraut, you take those little airlock lids off and place the little lids down. If you're not using airlock lids, just place them in the refrigerator, and they'll last 9 months.